Dinny Allen, it's been a long 20 years, but it's very nice to say that Cork are All-Ireland football champions once again.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you see the cup going up over, Graham Canty said it was amazing to think that 20 years have slipped by since it, but that's the way it happens, it just slips by, as I say. So, I mean, 'tis a long time coming, but at least it's happened anyhow.
What kind of game did you think it was then?
I thought it was a good game. I mean, there were, early on, I suppose, both sides kicked a lot of bad wides, but I think it was just due to the pressure of the pace of the game. The pace of the game was extremely fast and extremely tight. So, you can still say that there was a few bad wides kicked, but I just thought that the pace of the game was phenomenal altogether, phenomenal, and the pressure on that situation would lend itself to a lot of mistakes.
And Down's defensive organisation as well, particularly the first half, was absolutely superb. Every time a Cork player had the ball, there was three Down players around them, making it very, very difficult for Cork to play any football.
Yeah, there were. Yeah, I mean, it was like Tyrone a couple of years ago, where they crowded out Kerry, in the match. It was similar to that situation, but in fairness, I think they got their own backs a bit too as well down today, because Cork seemed to just pick up their pace as well, and they put a lot of pressure on the down forwards and made them make mistakes as well. As the game wore on, they got more and more into it, and they really put pressure on the down forwards as well.
What do you think Conor would have said to them at half time?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, when you look into the abyss, and you say, oh my God, it's not much good staying to a team at that stage. They've been there so many times before. It didn't look good at half time. I think the wrong thing would be to start, balling them out of it, and maybe, I think some stages you might just relax a small and just tell fellas relax. It's a very hard thing to figure out what he did say, but if put yourself in the same shoes, I would like to think that he'd have encouraged them, that they kind of clawed their way back in without really playing well, and maybe a bit of praise at half time today might have been the thing that got him over the line, rather than bawling him out, as I say.
I think as well, Denny, that Graham Canty's introduction for Cork after 40 minutes was a huge psychological boost for them.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been and it worked as well. I mean, I was kind of saying, if he's not well enough to start, hopefully he's not going to come on now and go off after 2 minutes, but he didn't, and he won a few balls as well, which were inspirational. The moves again, Nicholas Murphy made a big difference when he, until he had to go off injured. But so those two guys are there a long time, and it was a shrewd move to bring the two of them on, and it worked as well, because they played well as everything else.
Who would you give your man of the match to?
I'd probably go, man of the matches are probably only for us just to talk about afterwards when we're having a few pints, I suppose. But I'd probably go for Donegal O'Connor, I suppose. A fella that has been under pressure. Last form, it's small, but during the year, came back in and grabbed it, and against Dublin came up trumps with vital scores at vital times towards the end. And today, didn't get really much to do in the first quarter or 20 minutes today, which, it's a kind of a lonely spot out there when you don't get the ball for 20 minutes in Croke Park and the pressure's on you. But he came good as the game went on, as we say, and I probably give it to Donegal O'Connor.
For Conor Coonahan as well, this is progression. 08 semi-finalist last year, beaten finalist this year, winners. How far can this team go? How many more Irelands can this team win?
Well, you see, they can go a long ways, because there's fellas today that are they're not happy as such. I mean, they're happy that they won the match, but they're bursting. I want to be out there next year. I don't feel like sitting on the bench next year or something and there's about there's 10 or 12 fellas there in that situation. So it's pushing on the guys that are on the pitch, and there's plenty of fellas off the pitch as well. So this team, it's hard to say. I mean, they might disappear for a year or something, but they're going to be around. Whether they're going to win it or not, I can't say, but they'll certainly be in the last four or so, the last four, at least the last four in the next couple of years.
Then you've won an All-Ireland title, you've captained Cork to an All-Ireland title. What's the day, what's the night of the All-Ireland like after you've won it? What's the week of an All-Ireland like after you've won it? Can you remember any of it? Is it all just a blur?
Yeah, well, I mean, as the days goes on, it slows down a bit, where you can kind of think about what happened and kind of evaluate it. But just after the final whistle and for the next day or two, it just all slips by, and unless you're a very calm, collective person, it'll just slip by for you, and you'll miss a lot of it. So that's part of it too. I mean, there's no point in saying that I'm going to be very calm tonight, whatever. It's just enjoy yourself. For 3 or 4 days. As captain, it probably goes on a bit too long, because you have to go to you have to be in all the clubs with the cup and that sort of thing, probably, like, and that has to be done, and rightly so. But so players are able to take a break as the weeks go on. But it's a fairly hectic situation. But you know, the next 3-4 days are absolute bliss, like, and the lads will have a ball, you know.
Well, Denny, thanks very much for talking to us. I know you're away at the moment, so thanks very much for taking the call. And I'm sure, as an All-Ireland winning Cork captain, you won't be putting your hand in your pocket for the night.
Oh, I'll try not, Danny. Oh, Rory.
Denny, thanks very much. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right, Rory. Take care.